Well, back down here at the wigwam, I went ahead and I put in a total of 5. I actually got a couple hours today where I could really work back here. Been working a lot, doing a lot of family stuff, and planning on a little vacation I'm going to be going on soon. So it's been pretty hectic. I got down here when I could, when the weather was right, and well, it's moving right along. It's just about time to start taking some thatching and putting some thatching around the bottom here. And then I think I'm going to start with trying to cover probably the tippy top up here, way up here, with some bark. I'll probably start with the bark up here. And then somewhere around this area I'm probably going to put some kind of tarp. Only because I need it to be weatherproof if I'm going to like utilize it, you know, or have a fire inside, which may happen. And later on it may become strictly covered with a tarp. We'll see what happens. But yeah, as you can see, these are all lashed in. And then the bottom here, I weave some sticks in here in the bottom just to kind of fill in space, because I ran out of cordage, and there's one spot over here too where I did something a little different. The other night I was down here and I ran out of cordage, so I used some of this bark to lash those on the best I could with the bark. And as the bark dries, it's on there pretty tough, and it's really kind of holding pretty well. I'm surprised. I thought the bark would just loosen up, dry up, and fall off, but it seems to be holding its shape. So yeah, that's next step, is grab pieces of bark and run it across the top there as much as possible, and maybe throw a tarp over the whole thing. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But we'll go down here, grab a couple pieces of bark, and we'll see what kind of coverage we can get up there. And this stuff's really dried out since I ripped it off that thing. Everything's very dry. I think if I lay enough of this on top, then possibly, very possible, I won't even need to have a tarp. Laying this stuff on. Never built one of these before. Well, this is the second attempt. So I guess I did build one, but it just didn't work out too well. I think I'm gonna have to rip some pieces off this, kind of try to stretch this stuff out. So, oh, I noticed it was strong too. I'll show you guys that. This thing's pretty tough. Where was it that I did that? Oh yeah, over here on this side. I noticed that my lashings, I must have done a really good job in pounding those stakes in the ground, because hopefully we get up here, see, I can stand on it. Now I only weigh about 160 pounds, so not a lot of weight being forced down on that, but it's able to hold me. It means that's a good lashing, I would say. All right, so let's see if we can get this bark up there somehow. I don't want to climb the whole thing. I'm afraid I'm making a mistake there and it'll break, so we're gonna try to get this to stretch out more like flat. Try to get this thing up there somehow. It looks kind of okay. Might use my knife and try to cut through that. And like to have that, I don't want to have that piece hanging down like that. I'd like to have it up there. So maybe we'll cross it the other way. Let's see here. Ooh, that's tough. It's like alligator skin. It's tough. I would imagine that's what an alligator skin is like, trying to cut through. My God, that is strong. Well, that's where I want to cut it, so I think I'll take it down from here and try to. Oh, I might have to use a saw to get through that. This is going to take a while, a little bit longer than I thought too, I would imagine, because this is all more custom fit pieces. And oh, that's a bad idea. Don't cut towards your leg. All right, see, that worked out pretty well. I think I'll cut this again here to get rid of this hole here. All right. I don't know, maybe an axe is a better choice. This is not easy to cut through this. This knife's gonna need sharpened when I'm done. This stuff is tough. This is like cutting through some kind of animal hide almost. That is thick. Look at that piece there. That one there. I don't know where this one will go. Well, made some progress on this thing today. I think so anyway. I think I got a little excited with the spruce boughs. I don't know if I'm going to leave them this way or not, but here we are underneath here. Hopefully you guys can see all that. That side needs a lot more coverage, and this side looks like it's pretty covered. That's pretty good rain coverage, I think. I've got bark on there too. As much bark as I could get up there to shingle the roof to tippy top. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to leave those boughs like the way they are or not, but I think some tarps are going to have to be added one way or another. Maybe buy the biggest one I can find that's like a natural color, not a blue, and throw it up there. Anyway, this is where we're at so far. Yeah, I'm going to end my day though. I think I'm about done with this project for today. I've been down here for about 4.5 hours. It's about as far as I got today. There you go. If you've got enough bark, if you had like a whole tree or a couple trees worth of bark, you could cover the whole thing in bark, and that would be like more like a traditional way to do it, and probably a better way to do it, honestly, because the problem you have with these spruce boughs is, I mean, it's nice to have the top of the tree here and say, you know, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, but and when they're hanging on a tree, you know, the water's hitting here and then hitting at each level as it goes down. But on that you end up having a single layer. You gotta try to have maximum coverage everywhere. But yeah, it's not quite July, but you put this up, it's almost like a Christmas tree. Almost looks like a Christmas tree. She get like LED lights for it or something. Some kind of solar lights, that'd be funny. And you could say Merry Christmas. But yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas. I mean, I think, like, really, if I felt like it, I could probably sleep in here tonight. And I think I'd be fine, as long as I stayed on that side. Any blowing wind with rain, though, forget it, you'll be wet. Plus, I've got no door. So, tomorrow, whenever we're able to get down here, we'll finish it up, probably with some tarps, and I may move some of those boughs kind of out of the way. I like the way it looks, but as you can see over here, it's probably just enough to cover the other side of that roof, quite honestly, because what you're looking for is maximum darkness inside this thing. If it's dark in there and completely dark, then you know you're not going to get wet. We'll see. Probably going to get some tarps though. Alright, well, see you in the next video, the finishing up of the wigwam.